Hi lovelies, and welcome back to another TikTok video. If you are new here, my name is Belinda Stranad and here is Belly's Tick Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get in today's video. So I came across the video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys. It has been reported that Texas Historical Group has removed slavery book from the plantation, all because a woman complained that the plantation were filled with slavery memories and all of that, and it's getting her so irritated she have to get them to remove those books. And this actually got the whole of internet talking. Like, a lot of people spoke in that regard, and I was just able to put up some stitch as well as my stitch by the end of this video, guys. I'll be rolling the clip. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. If you feel that what they did is right, you can just leave it and share me your thoughts in the comment. And if you felt otherwise, also share me your thought in the comment, because this actually got a lot of people talking so much on internet, especially TikTok, guys. I'm just gonna roll it, and remember that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational and informative purposes, guys. So please share this video, subscribe, and let's get into it.
On today's episode of white women doing a pirouette right into a what the fuck, Texas Historical Group removed slavery books at ex-slave plantations. Around 24 titles, including slave narratives, were removed after one white woman's repeated complaining. The Texas Historical Commission has removed around 24 race-related books from the gift shops of two former slave plantations because one person complained, according to Texas Monthly. The magazine reported this week that Michelle Haas, a white amateur historian, began emailing a commission board member after visiting the Varner Hogg plantation last year. The magazine reported that Haas thought that the Varner Hogg plantation presented too much information about the enslaved black people who worked the sugarcane fields and not enough about the white people who lived in the main house. What? I came here to learn history, and here you are pushing an agenda to try to make me feel ashamed to be white.
Texas is always on some BS. Someone please explain to me why, out of all the things in the world that we could be doing, specifically white women are wasting their time doing things like this. The Texas Historical Group removed slavery books at ex-slave plantations. Around 24 titles, including slave narratives, were removed after one white woman's repeated complaining. The article goes... I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. The article goes on to say that this woman, Michelle, I think her name is Michelle Haas, I skipped the part where it had her first name, thought that the Varner Hogg plantation presented too much information about the enslaved black people who worked on the sugarcane fields and not enough about the white people who lived in the main house. Her name is Michelle Haas, but this is one of my favorite parts. Haas is the author of her own book titled 200 Years of Fraud, which takes the text of 12 years of slave memoir and points out what she considers to be historical inaccuracies in the primary author's account of his own life. I'm not even gonna get into like why this is funny, because this is hilarious to me, because the sheer audacity to be upset that books offered on a plantation told too much about the black people that were enslaved there and not enough about the white people in the house. Get out of here, Michelle. Get out of here. She calls herself a historian too. Please.
Listen, uncomfortable as fuck ass white people, including you Karens. I really want you to understand that we don't give a fuck about your comfort, because you actively paid money to go to a plantation and you're upset that there are books in the gift shop. Why is there a gift shop on the plantation? Anyway, about slavery. How dare history interrupt your visit or cotillion or girls' night out or wedding with little itty bitty nasty facts like slavery. We don't give a fuck if you're uncomfortable. If the collar on your shirt is tight because of slavery, my suggestion is get a bigger shirt. We don't give a fuck. When you go to a plantation, please expect to hear about slavery. Ooh. And I know right now, y'all are running around with 50,000 different fucking computations in your head right now. Well, there was 50,000 black slave owners. And look at the white slaves. Remember the Irish? All of us, collectively, including the Irish, who are fucking lovely people. I love the shit out of them because they tell the truth on a daily basis with the best accent possible. Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up. Walk your ass up the top of Shut the Fuck Up Mountain. When you get to the top, there's a megaphone, but it's facing inward, like into your face, because that megaphone reflects the sounds of the Shut the Fuck Up Valley and the Shut the Fuck Up Summit, and even if you listen real hard, the Shut the Fuck Up Ocean, and they're all telling you collectively at one into this loud ass megaphone that is stuck right in your ear, shut the fuck up. How the fuck do you go to a plantation and get upset about hearing about slavery? The fuck did you think they did there? Dancing and chicken? The fuck? It's a plantation, Karen. On plantations, there were slaves. And no, they weren't pale Irish people. And no, they weren't your great grandmother, Gail. They looked like me. And I know right now, you're getting ready to jump your ass on a boat and go all the way over to that African Costco where we supposedly sold each other. I don't give a fuck who bought them, Karen. You go to a fucking plantation and then complain about books about slavery. Who the fuck does? You know what? I don't care who the fuck does it. History is like hot potato. Yes, it is. And do you know how this game of hot potato is played? We bring up a subject and then everybody passes it until it gets to a white person. Watch. I'll use this example. Slavery. Black people pass it to Mexican people, who pass it to Asian people, who pass it to Jewish people, who pass it to the LGBTQIA plus, and then they hurl it into your fucking white people's face. Yes. And it works so well with so many things. So many things. The crisis in South America and Latin America. Latin people, Mexican people, pass it to black folks, who pass it to Asian people, who pass it to Jewish people, who pass it to the LGBTQIA plus, and then they hurl it into the face of a fucking white person. So you're uncomfortable. You have two options. Get a bigger shirt or stay the fuck off of plantations with gift shops. The fuck? You want your plantation visit not to be peppered with those little nuances like Negroes who were enslaved. No, you don't get to do that. I'm sorry. You feel bad. Who gives a fuck? who genuinely gives a fuck? I give a fuck about the fucking 1980 Kansas City Royals not winning the World Series. That was 1980. It's 2023. Not a whole lot I can do about it right now. You know? Just like there's not a whole lot you can do about slavery. So if your ass is going to a plantation complaining about the fact that there's slavery books in the fucking gift shop of said plantation, maybe you shouldn't go to plantations. You're the sort of fucking person that would get mad at like going to Greenwood and them talking about the Tulsa Race Massacre. I just wanted to visit Greenwood. Why can't I just visit Greenwood? Why do you even know about Greenwood? Could it be from the Tulsa Race Massacre? Hey, Karen, maybe you shouldn't go to historical sites. There's blood of people that don't look like you all over everything. And that includes Washington, D.C. You know what you can do? Go to Crackerland. I don't know if it exists. Why don't you make it up? And there you can have all the revisionist history you want. You can be served by white slaves while a large black man named Big Daddy beats them with a whip. And you can enjoy your fried chicken and cornbread and really sweet tea. And you never have to deal with the little nasty parts of history that make people that look like you feel bad. The fuck is wrong with you, ladies? Fucking goofs.
Moving books about slavery from plantations? Yep, it's true. It actually happened this month in Texas, where the Historical Commission has decided to remove numerous books about slavery from plantations. Oh my goodness. One of the main places these books absolutely need to be. It reminds me of a passage from the book Humanity Archive by Jermaine Fowler, where Mr. Fowler talks about the erasure of Black history. He says, the omissions of Black history has been used in service of white power. They said slavery was humane. They blamed victims. They justified the unjustifiable. This helped keep a legalized caste system in place in America some 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. But we do the work. We move through the dust and soot, trying to restore our treasured heirlooms. We re-examine the legacies. Thanks again to Jermaine Fowler for this amazing book, and to Row House Books for amplifying voices that matter. I don't even have a proper setup for this. I'm just going to show you the headline. The Texas Historical Commission removed books on slavery from plantation gift shops. Imagine the audacity of being the last state to free enslaved, also known as human trafficked people, and then remove books about it from plantations. According to Texas Monthly, because Michelle Haas, amateur historian, decided to write dozens of emails after she visited the Varner Hog plantation and was incensed because of how much talk of slavery, despite the fact that there were 66, at least 66 people who were enslaved here. For being a total Karen in someone's inbox, the entire Texas Commission has removed books about enslavement from plantations, also known as work camps. Her motivation? It focused too much on slavery. Babe, it's a plantation. Industry was focused too much on slavery. Texas, y'all okay?
This woman goes on a plantation tour, and at the end of it, she gets books removed from the plantation bookshop because they were too divisive. Yeah, you heard that right. This pig-snouted lady had the nerve to go to a plantation tour, all the while looking for things to complain about. Went to the gift store, the gift shop, sees books about slavery like Stem from the Beginning and White Rage and other books like it, and then calling her clan members, writing letters to have them removed. Imagine getting offended that a museum, an ex-plantation has books about slavery. She goes out there and says, well, they used to hate each other, because some slaves were forced to hit and do worse things to each other. Well, they used to beat each other, basically pulling a black on black rhyme at a plantation. After you just heard the person giving you the tour give you some of the most horrific things, and then you say, well, they used to beat each other. Maybe she talks about the book 16 Years a Slave that was made into a book, And she says, it does not acknowledge that slavery was a societal, acceptable, and economically worldwide practice at the time of our 13 colonies rose, meaning that everybody was doing it too. Why can't you talk about them? Mind you, this is American history. Michael Phillips, a writer and historian, says, the idea that these books are irrelevant somehow is really striking. To eliminate books about racism at slave plantation sites is like doing an Auschwitz tour and never mentioning anti-Semitism. Out of the 39 books currently available on the plantation sites, only a handful focus on issues of racism and white supremacy. Visitors won't find roots, but they can buy several books that one would not expect to see following Gravel's policy of excluding non-Texas history books. They include a guide to birds and the state, a book of wildlife photo portraits, and a Southern cookbook with obviously recipes created by slaves, which I don't think you can ask that, who created those recipes. This is super duper Karen level bullshit. Imagine you go into a plantation and then not reflecting back on what you see, but instead saying, that was too much slavery for me.
Like, seriously, lovelies, what were you expecting, or what was you expecting to see in a plantation, like in a plantation gift shop? Was she expecting to see like kids book or fashion book, or makeup book? Or you actually woke up in the morning and pay a particular amount of money, and you decided to go to a plantation expecting to see something different from a plantation. Then you went there and started complaining about the books that is solely, meant for the purpose of those people that don't know what the history was all about, those people that want to educate themselves about what happened during the past, about the history. Like, these people are practically trying to erase history from this surface. Like, you have erased history from schools, you have erased history from so many places that history were ought to be taught. Then these history books decided to go find their solace in a plantation where it belongs. Then you decided that because you are a Karen and you are supposed to do whatever you want to do, and you're supposed to, use your privilege and try to, like, you took yourself to this said plantation where during, the past, what really happened in the past, a lot of, slave people were into plantation jobs, working in the field and all of that. You decided to take yourself there. You didn't take yourself to a beauty store or even a whatever store. You decided to take yourself to a plantation store. You go to the gift shop, and you decided to go and check out the gift shop. What were you expecting to see in a gift shop that is in a plantation? Were you expecting to see fashion magazines? Were you expecting to see cooking magazines? For crying out loud, this is a plantation, and you know what is done there. Then this, historical book that have been removed all over the place, even from schools, decided to find their own silence in the plantation. You took your Karen self to that place, started complaining how so much you find the book and so annoying you find these books to be. Like, what the heck? What is wrong with these people? Like, these people practically don't want to see the truth. You don't want to be told the truth. You don't want everyone to see what happened. You don't want the history to be told. The history like, there are a lot of people that don't want to know the history. Why there are a lot who chose and who happens to know the history. And because of this set of people, they decided to put all of this book in a plantation, so that if you are in this category of people that want to learn the history, since it has been abolished in school, then so you can find yourself in the plantation to, then you decided to go there to mess it up. Okay, what made you not to like focus on the plantation you went to visit, tour wherever you want to tour, and leave the book alone? And you decided to lay complaints, try to use, and which you actually succeeded, and these books are being removed. These books have been removed from all the plantations. Like, what is it that we ever do to you guys? Like seriously, lovelies, this is just something that is not nice at all. The only thing that a lot of people could just hold on to, like, are they expecting that something that happened and lasted for a very, very long time will just be forgotten just like that, will be erased from like generation and generation yet unborn? This had the American history, for God's sake. Like, you people just actually want to strip out all of the things. Like, seriously, this is not nice. This is not nice at all. When I saw this page on my For You, when I saw this on my For You page on TikTok, I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, the only place these books can be, the only place this book can find solace into, the only place people that want to know what happened could go and, and find their answers to so many questions. You people want to eradicate that as well. Guys, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Like, this is just not nice. Seriously, leave me your own thoughts in the comment section. Share this video. If you've not subscribed to this channel, I wonder what you're still waiting for. Please do your girl a huge favor to smash on the subscription button, leave your thought in the comment section. And do not forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So if you are leaving a comment, please just be kind when leaving a comment, because you know what I mean. So I'll be leaving now. Leave your thought in the comment section. Share, subscribe if you're coming from Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload my next video.